Light Game Reviewer, and welcome to my channel. Do you think digital download games will be the way of the future? Do you think it'll replace physical copies like 100%? You go in a store, no more games. You gotta go on Steam or, I don't know, GOG or Green Man Gaming or G2A or any other websites. You name it, you you got it. That's it. I'm not sure on that question, but I know it's going to become more popular. That's what I believe. I think it's going to get more space. It's going to be more important than physical copies. I mean, let's compare the two here. And then you tell me at the end of the video what you think about what I just said. Like, does it make sense to be that it's going to be more about digital games? Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Maybe there's something that I didn't see. So first of all, for digital games, the perfect thing about digital games is that when you start it, you download the game. I use PayPal in my case, and boom, I got the game. I can install it in a couple of minutes. I have it. But I got no physical copies. So what do? I can right-click on it, backup game files. I back it up, put it on my hard drive. It takes a couple of minutes. Take a CD, like an empty DVD, CD, or whatever I have. Even put it on a external hard drive for backup purposes. And I put it on the side. Boom, I got it right here. There are some limitations to it, like this one here on Steam. I need the Steam client. It is imperative that if I want to play a game, I have to install it. I am very dependent on Steam, unfortunately, which is a really big down. It's a really big problem. Like I can restore, I can make a backup, of course, but I need Steam. With GOG, for example, I can go there, buy the game within a couple of minutes. Pay my credit card, and boom, that's it. I got nothing else to do. I just install the game, same thing as in Steam, and that's it. There's nothing else to it. And same thing, I can put it on a DVD, a CD-ROM, or a external hard drive, for example, a flash drive, whatever. And I have a copy of it. And this one I am not linked to the distributor or to the application or whatever. It belongs to me. Steam may shut down. I'm stuck. If they say, you know what, in 1 week we're going to close everything down, goodbye, we've done business, and that's it. I am totally screwed because my over 600 games, if I don't do a backup of it really soon, I am totally screwed. With GOG, if I don't download it, same thing happens. But if I do, I don't care about GOG. I got the game. I can install it. That's it. If I got the machine, I do have a computer so I can play old games like from the 90s. I can do that. This is like 100% compatible with games from the past, which is really cool. I can't say the same thing with console games. Yes and no. I do have a PlayStation 2. It does play PlayStation 1. Xbox One, it's starting to be compatible with 360, but not completely and not all of them. For PlayStation, like 3 and 4, I don't know. I don't think so. I'm not really sure at this point. And here's another thing about Steam that it's kind of like a problem. I do take that example a lot in Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. I think it was like a year ago, they decided to remove some music and break the game file because, you know, update. But let's go of the game file here, like the save game files. I don't care about that. It's the changing content that happened. That's what I'm really interested about. For whatever reason, I don't know, license issues, the music artist or the artist, or I don't know, somewhere in there said, you know what? You're not allowed, or we have to get that music out of the game, so you know what? You can't have it. Steam changed that. They did. Everything can happen. Not long ago, Pillars of Eternity. I don't know, some feminist or something didn't like a text from, I think it's from like a rock or a tombstone or whatever. Look on it on Google, Pillars of Eternity, change text or something. And it's been in the news. I've been pissed about it because this is something, one simple little text. This was so minimal, but one person got offended. The developers got around, and, well, that person got support from a lot of people, and the developers changed it. Yeah. This can happen. A developer, for whatever reason, because you got reasons why you bought the game, if they change the content, it's not the same thing that you bought anymore. So shouldn't you be allowed to get a refund or something? I don't know, I'm just asking questions. Yeah, I personally think that you should get a refund in this case. You're not going to get a refund in this case. No way in hell. You buy a game digitally, if something changes, you're screwed. This could happen to Nintendo NX, for example. I think it's going to be a digital download platform. Or they're going to offer like a big kind of digital store. I'm pretty sure because it looks like it. And if that happens, if a game doesn't sell well, or I don't know, there's someone or something, they decide to change the game, they are within their rights. The game belongs to them. They own the IP, the intellectual property. They can do whatever they want. They can force the distributor, they can force Steam, they can force whoever they want to say, that is my game, I don't want it in your store anymore. That's it. They could do that. It is within their own rights. Consequences included, and penalties included. That's a big problem that people have to understand when you buy a digital game. It is very possible that your game may change without your consent. This happened because I didn't like the music. Fortunately, I got the physical copy here, but that's not the point. Oh man, and of course backups are possible, but you know. And then there's the download cap. The data cap. When you download a game, it's space, you know, on your hard drive. That goes through your ISP. I don't know about anyone in the world, but over here in Canada, it's not free. And same thing in the US. It's even worse in the US. Like, not long ago, I can't remember. I think it's Comcast. They offer like $30 for unlimited data. So, I don't know what the price is usually. Let's say $50 for your internet. 10 gigabytes or 15 or whatever. Maybe 3. I don't know. It could be. For $30 more, you'll be able to download whatever you want, which is a good thing. But I know that it's not like that everywhere. What about the rural areas? I don't know, like the areas which they have no, like internet high speed. That's going to be a problem. Oh man, and don't get me started on the games and the developers on how they... I'm sorry, but in the last couple of years, they really suck in terms of putting their game, compressing it so much that it fits on one single DVD, or even less than a DVD, like less than 4.7 gigs, and literally giving it to you. This is something I saw which is lacking a lot. Like, for example, there are, like sometimes, I can't even tell names, but I know for a fact that there are some games that released patches, which is the complete file. Instead of making the changes in the file, which is usually lower, but no, let's delete that. Let's make them re-download the whole file, or a whole set of files, which is really big. This is why sometimes you get like 1 gigabyte patch, 10 gigabyte patches. It is literally ridiculous. For example, Titanfall. I remember hearing that it was like 50 gigs or something, like really high. That's because of the audio files. They were uncompressed, like .wav file. I would say the benefits or the plus side of having uncompressed audio files is that you don't use the CPU that much, if not at all. So in other words, that game could be run on a dual core processor. There's a lot of things in a game that developers feel, I don't know, I can't really blame them because I don't know, I'm not a coder, but it feels to me like it's either time restriction, as in, you know what, we got a month, we should work on the game in a way to make it more accessible to computers. Make sure that old computers will be able to run it. But no, that does not happen. You see texture files, graphic files, and audio files so compressed and made in a way that you need like a 6-core to run them, which is really stupid because you look at the game and there are other games that it requires 2 cores which have almost the same type of visual quality to it. I know I'm really vague in this subject right now, but I don't have any exact examples. I don't have any pictures or examples or anything. Except for Titanfall's audio files, like 50 gigs or something. That is way too high. And some people downloaded that. Shouldn't they just compress it and offer some kind of uncompression type of application? And, like the old days, where you had I remember, getting Doom, it was like 20 megs, and it fitted on 4 floppy disk, and one floppy disk was 1.4 megabyte. Yeah, count that. That's 5, 6 megs, uncompressed, 20 megs. That is sick. I remember once, I know it's kind of illegal now, but that was a long time ago, and I freaked out. I did download some ROMs. I think it was the Super Mario... the Super Nintendo Mario, Super Mario World files. There were 8 versions of it. I don't know why, but there were 8. The file size compressed using 7-zip was 8 megs. Uncompressed, 68 megs. That is some high compression rate right there. It is possible. Do some research, people, and then, not people, but just developers and publishers, it's possible to put more quality into it. You know what? A month or 2 worth of development time in that specific area would be able to cut the data cap, the data download a lot. Just to figure out a way to compress the whole thing into a smaller file, into a smaller CD or smaller DVD in terms of quantity, it would make life a lot easier on a lot of people. Especially making cheaper internet, I would say, bills at the end of the month, because I know that some people have extra charges because, they have limited data cap, which happens. And on top of that, if you put all those issues aside, you look at the developers, the publishers, the distributors, or anyone who sells the game. They have to pay for the warehouse to store the inventory. They have to pay for the logistics, like the transport, the trucks, the people. A lot of cost to the logistics. They have to pay for the handling, for the shipping, for the package, for everything. Like the CD, like the physical DVD or CD, at this point DVD. They have to pay for everything, like the boxes. They have to hire people to do the art on the boxes and everything. They have to pay for everything. Digital, no cost to that. That's why I think there's going to be a lot more importance to digital downloads in the future, for gaming, that is. Like, for example, applications and companies like Steam and applications like SteamPower.com, not applications, but websites, or GOG.com. There's going to be more, I think, and it's going to become more popular. It is getting more popular over the years, so it's not getting lower. Hell no. So that's why I think it's going to go for the digital download. This is the future of gaming when you buy a game. Even we even see that on consoles, like the PS, like the PlayStation Store, the Xbox Store. I'm pretty sure we're going to see like the Nintendo NX as a big digital platform. Or the number one important thing, or the number one thing priority, or the thing that they're going to use as digital downloads, or a digital sell, or a digital store. Then you're going to get some kind of physical media. SD card, or I think, I'm not really sure. I saw the patent pictures and I don't see a DVD in there or a CD-ROM. I think it's going to be some kind of cartridge, or I don't know, SD card or something. SD cards are cool. If you do it yourself, I think it could be cheap enough for Nintendo to put their games on, and like they got what, 8 gigs or something? That's way enough for a game for them. Anyways, those are my thoughts. What are your thoughts on the digital future, like the digital games instead of the physical one? What do you think about them? Am I right? Or, you know what? It's not about what I'm right or not. I just want to hear your thoughts on the subject. Is it good? Do you hate it? Do you love it? Do you think it's right to do this? What are your concerns about this? Just, I don't know, just give me your thoughts on the subject. That's what I want to hear. Anyway, Late Game Reviewer out.